For this segment of A Bit of Addison History, I would like to talk about an agency which is celebrating its 50th anniversary this month, the Addison Park District. Although the Park District dates back to 1969, there were groups in Addison before that date interested in parks and recreation. In 1958, a volunteer group made up of representatives from different neighborhoods with a park formed the Addison Park Committee. The group made recommendations to the village on improvements to the parks. They lobbied heavily for a 1960 referendum to form a park district, but the referendum was soundly defeated 738 to 211. It is said that the referendum failed due to poor timing, coming just shortly after Addison residents received their tax bills, which included hefty increases. In 1964, the Village of Addison appointed a park commission on a temporary basis. The 5-member commission was tasked with finding a full-time recreation director, providing limited maintenance to the 7 parks in the village, and working towards a referendum for tax-supported parks program. The commission was budgeted $15,000 annually, half of which was used to pay the salary of a full-time administrator. They supplemented their budget by using money from the community chest and hosting fundraisers such as bake sales, street dances, caroling, and the 4th of July fireworks display at Westview Park. In March 1965, the village offered the position of recreation superintendent to Art Peterson from Michigan. On December 11, 1965, a referendum to form a park and playground department of the village passed. Tax funding enabled the commission to buy new equipment and spend more on recreational programming. Among the projects undertaken were a refreshment stand at Oak Park for baseball, backstops for baseball fields, basketball courts, and the creation of indoor recreational programming in the gym at Village Hall. The commission knew, however, that the future for parks in Addison lay in the formation of a new taxing body for that express purpose. On April 5, 1969, their efforts were rewarded when a public referendum to create the Addison Park District finally passed. One of the first things the new Park District did was to purchase 50 acres of land behind Oak School with the assistance of a federal housing and urban development grant. Following their comprehensive plan, the district concentrated on making improvements to the village's 7 parks and building its first administration/recreational complex at what is now known as Community Park. In 1976, a pool was added based on Park Advisory Committee advice and resident surveys. A combination of government grants, bonds, and property donations by local developers and the federal government helped to increase the number of park facilities between 1975 and 1983, when the Park District boasted 18 park sites and over 200 acres of park land. A land and water conservation grant funded the acquisition of land for Community Park West, Foxdale, Oak Knoll, and Tamara Heights. Bond funds were used to purchase Wilderness Park, and the federal government donated the former radar site of the Nike base to the district. Residential developers donated land for Sunset, Mill Meadows, and Farmwood parks. Further grants were used to make upgrades to these parks. In late 1982, the advisory group, the Citizens Council, was resurrected by the district, and a year later helped shepherd through a simplified plan for a small building with kitchen and storage space at Community Park West. In 1984, Community Park West was renamed Centennial Park in honor of Addison's 100th anniversary. Also around this time, discussions regarding the purchase of property at Lake Street between 3rd and 8th Avenue to develop a golf range and 3-hole golf course, the first true revenue-generating facility for the district, began. It was not until the summer of 1985 that Links and Tees driving range and mini golf opened to the public, with the golf course opening the following year. Join us for our next A Bit of Addison History segment later this month, where we will discuss the continued development of the Addison Park District from 1987 until today.